Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I've got a pile there, so I'm just putting them back in because I hadn't finished shuffling them. Okay, let's see what White Cat's Tarot has for us today then. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, we've got the Five of Pentacles. Not always a nice one to have, but I often see other things in that which aren't too bad, so let's have a look. Yeah, what I'm picking up here is people who are supportive and not supportive. I mean, look at that. You've got the church in the background, haven't you, with all the stained glass and everything. And you'd think with the cats on the windows that these two cats who are clearly in need could go in there, but no, they're shutting them out for some reason. But I think that's normally the case, isn't it, where religious groups are not as supportive or as friendly as what they make out. I mean, if you think about it, the Church of England, as I came across a while back, is allegedly the biggest investor in the arms trade. Then when you go into the cathedrals and the old churches, and you go into the crypts underneath, or in the basement, you go in the crypts and you see all the gold and the silver that they've accumulated while these places were being built, and these people around them were dying of starvation and illness, and these people clearly didn't help them as they should have. Now, I'm not saying all of religious people are the same, they're not, but religious organisations, wherever they're from, the organisation and the top hierarchy are often like this. They give their religious texts that they decipher them as in their own for their own agenda, which we could all do, couldn't we? We could all look at any kind of book and we have our own opinion on it, or we could read a paragraph in two different ways, or even three or four different ways, and it would have different meanings because of the tone that we put on the words, or a pause or a comma or something in a different place each time. It could have a different meaning, and that's a lot of the time, or a lot of people in religious groups and religious organisations, especially established organisations. That's a lot of what they do. They will read their religious texts and they will give their own opinions, or they'll read it in the way that they want to read it. We want you to follow this. We want you to do this. You must do this. They're basically taking control. So in one way, those two cats who are in need of help are actually better off walking away from that place. They'll probably find something a lot better further down the road. They'll be a lot better taking control of themselves and seeing to themselves than going in that place. Sometimes that could be the most detrimental thing. And I'm not just talking about one religious organisation either, I'm talking about all of them. But as often as not, this is a card of hardship at the time. So there could be obstacles, there could be blocks to things that you want to do. But at the same time, you're walking away from those blocks or obstacles. You're moving away from them. Doesn't necessarily mean that you haven't sorted them out and you're just ignoring them, because a lot of the time we do have to sort things out. But you are starting to move away. So you are starting to move to sort things out and to get things the way you want them. Okay, so things will get a little bit smoother. But if you think as well, when it snows, because you've got all the snow in the card, haven't you? And it's snowing there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's snow coming down on the card there. But when it snows, it does tend to warm up a little bit. So the snow is actually a good sign. You've got all this growth under the snow as well, because when snow lies on the ground, it warms up the ground, it warms up the seeds, and of course as soon as the snow starts to melt, it gives the seeds water as well to let them grow. But we often get, is it lily of the valley, crocuses as well coming up through the snow. Okay, so that snow holds all the ideas, all the new growth for these two cats, even though they may not see it at the moment. It is there. So it's a card as well of telling you that even though things may be difficult at times, not to give up, because things will change, and there are hidden gems underneath that snow, underneath all the hard stuff. And it's just a case of learning and progressing, getting over the obstacles, doing what you can, taking one step at a time. But that crutch is also support. So there are support there. I mean, both of them are together. Look, they're not alone. So that is support from family, from good friends. So, you know, if things start getting difficult, don't ever think that you're on your own, because you're not. You've always got support there. And there's a lot of things going on underneath the snow to bring new growth and stuff to you. So don't ever think that things are too difficult to get through. They're not. If you think of some of these people who've been through absolute hell and back, and they've done absolute wonders with their lives and been such an inspiration for people. Okay, so anyway, I'm starting to make out that this is really bad when it's actually not. It's not such a bad card, okay? But let me know what you think in the comment section below anyway. And yeah, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.